What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Level Up with Gal. I'm your host, Gal Appreicate. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in and continuing to improve your freaking life and leveling up every single day. If you are returning, thank you so much, excuse me, for being here, getting all choked up. I appreciate you so much for tuning in every single week. Whether this is your first episode, your second, your 100th episode, it means the freaking world to me. If you're brand new and this is your first time tuning in, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss any new episodes with your girl, Gal. Today, I want to dive in with you and talk about appreciating where we're at and what we have and why it's so important to take a moment to be grateful. All the lessons we've gone through, all the ups and downs in our lives. And even though sometimes it feels like, okay, this is so much happening right now and it's so stressful and it's so hard to continue to appreciate the small things in life when we are just trying to stay afloat. Can you relate to that where you're like, I am just on the struggle bus. I am really trying to appreciate everything I have in my life, but why is it so freaking hard? I get it. I've been there. But we're going to take it back a little bit today. And I'm going to teach you how you can start to appreciate all the small things in life, the things that we are so used to having a roof over our head, right? The camera I have right now that's recording this episode, the mic that I have, the desk that I have in front of me, the chair that I have, the fact that I have multiple curling irons that I can use, all the small things that we're just so used to having. Like, we've had it for so long that it's just become second nature, that we're used to having that. And I keep saying that because when we're so used to having something and it's come easy, we tend to forget that, you know what, it took hard work to save up to buy that item, or to work to have the money to buy that item, or the house over your head, like the house that you're living in, the roof over your head. Maybe you're in an apartment, a condo. It doesn't matter what you're living in. What matters is that you can afford to live somewhere where you feel secure and protected, and you don't have to wake up every morning wondering, where am I going to go? Where am I going to live? And I was having a conversation with someone, and it made me really take a moment to realize that, you know what, it could be a struggle to not know where you're going to go the next day. Are you going to have a roof over your head? Are you going to have to stay at a hotel, a motel, a friend's house? And that there's so much stress in that. Think about that. If you had to wake up every day and stress about what you're going to do, where you're going to go, I don't have to worry about that. Thank goodness. And I'm so grateful. But having this conversation with someone close to me made me realize that I'm so lucky to be able to have this home, and I've been here for years and I love it. And someone else could be in a position where they are not waking up every day, where they have a roof over their head and they feel secure. When you don't have that sense of security, it puts so much pressure and is so stressful, to whether you're living out of a car or going from place to place, couch to couch, is super, super stressful. So right now, in this moment, if you have a roof over your head and you don't have to worry about where you're going to go tomorrow, or pack up your stuff, or live out of your car, appreciate that. Take a moment and realize, like, wow, how freaking amazing is that you worked hard and you can financially afford the place that you're staying at and you're taking care of yourself. It's a big, big deal. And when we're used to, I lived in this house for so long, or I lived in this apartment for so long, or I'm renting this house for so long, and it's come kind of natural for us and it's become part of our routine, we forget that, you know what? It took hard work to find this place. It took stress to save up for this house, or to save up for the deposit for this apartment, or whatever you had to save for. So let's give ourselves an acknowledgement and a pat on the back that, hey, you know what? I appreciate this roof over my head, and appreciate the jobs you had and have or had, and appreciate the people that's come and gone out of your life, coworkers, friends, relationships, right? Significant others that it didn't work out, because every single thing has taught us lessons and it created experiences for us for the next experience. Even if it doesn't feel like it was a great experience or the experience we quite wanted in the moment, appreciate those and appreciate those lifelong lessons and be grateful for every single person that has left a footprint in your heart. Excuse me. And, every single person who has left a little bit of love or maybe a little bit of hate or triggerness within your life, that all happened for a reason and it's helped you get to where you are today. So let's appreciate those people. Let's appreciate those hard moments and those great moments. So for example, at one of my previous jobs, I remember being so stressful and I was like, what have I gotten myself into? I've taken on so much and if you know me, I love helping people. I love being there for you. I love hearing you out. I love helping provide solutions. And I have a big say where I'm always like, they're like, if you believe you can, there's always a freaking way. Like when there's a will, there is a way. Everything is figure outable. Literally, there's a sign behind me in my office here that says everything is figure outable. And I truly believe that as long as you believe within yourself and you don't give up, you can do anything and you can do as many things as you truly want to do. But what I want to share is that this previous job pushed me to my limits, pushed me to my breaking points, pushed me to having a mental breakdown. It pushed me so far beyond any other positions I've ever been in my life. And my previous positions that I thought were successful were nowhere compared to it. But looking back, what an experience, right? I'm so grateful for that because it taught me my limit. It taught me, hey, you got to learn to speak up for yourself and stop taking on so much. You got to stand up for yourself and say, hey, I need help. And that was something that I used to struggle with, to ask for help because I didn't want to look weak. But I'm telling you something, what I have learned is asking for help is actually showing strength because you're only hurting yourself when you don't ask for help. And I'm really big on being very determined and figuring things out on my own because I got it. And that is something I've been used to my whole life. Not always by choice, but by default. So that has become my default. And having that awareness now, I realized that, you know what? It doesn't have to be that stressful anymore. We have a choice. We can choose how we're going to show up and how stressful our day is going to be. Yeah, sometimes things are out of our control. Absolutely. But we always get to control how we react to situations, how we react to how someone treats us. We can't control how someone's going to treat us, and we can't control sometimes the outcome of some situations that we couldn't control, right? But we can always control how are we going to react to this situation. Are we going to let it stir us up and blow up? Or are we going to take a moment and say, you know what? It's all right. I got this. I'm going to figure this out because I believe in myself. So real quick, going back to that position, it taught me so much about myself and it taught me so much about how I allow other people to treat me. And also taught me to have a voice, to stand up for myself, know my worth, ask for more money when I am doing so many jobs and so many things. But also taught me that having more and more money is not everything, and it does not solve the level of stress. It's like a quick band-aid, right? Because I felt really good in the moment, but I tell you what, the stress never went away and the work didn't go away. And having to work every weekend and over the Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday was super stressful. Would I do that again? No. But what I took away from that was that position taught me so much, and I learned so much for being in multiple roles, and I learned so much about handling stress and how I will not handle stress again, how I lost control, and how now I can be in control. Right? I kept saying yes and yes, I'll take on more and more and more. How many of you been there where you were like, yeah, I got it. I'm smart. I can do it. I'm helping this person and that person, but do not forget to help yourself. So sharing that story because it has taught me to really appreciate the journey and all the lessons that happened. This was like a good over a year and a half project that I worked on, and I was beyond stressed out. And people around me were like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm great on the surface, but deep down, I was slowly getting closer and closer to having a major breakdown. So watch how you're feeling. Ask yourself, hey, am I feeling good? Am I not? What can I do to change this a little bit so I can show up better and feel better and not be so stressed? But take all those nuggets from that experience or experiences and appreciate every single thing. If somebody hurts your feelings, somebody burns you, and it was a good friend, take the lessons from that and realize everything happened for a reason. For you to learn how people treat you and to learn how to not let people treat you that way and to let people go out of your life if they're not a good person. And it's going to be sad. It's like having a breakup when you lose a friend or you lose a job, or not even lose a job, I should say. Well, when you lose a job, but also when you quit a job, is that those relationship and that relationship ends. So it is okay to go through, like, it's like a heartbreak, right? So when I left one of my previous jobs, I was there for so long and I built so many relationships. I was so sad. I was like heartbroken because I'm not going to see those people anymore. I'm not going to talk to them all the time. And do you keep in touch with some people? Yes. But do you always keep in touch with everyone? No. And that is just reality because you don't have that common denominator anymore. You're not working at the same place, going through the same struggle. It's just like when you're in high school, right? You have friends and you're going through similar things and it's easier to bond. But take all those relationships and remember everything you learned from it and be super grateful. Like, I'm so grateful for all those relationships, and each relationship taught me something different from each coworker. Each presentation taught me something different. That job just taught me so much. And this is just an example that I'm using, but it doesn't have to just be a job. It could be anything. Appreciating all the clothes you have and, being able to afford to buy new things when you want to buy it. Be mindful to not buy the whole store because, you still need to save some money, right, for your bills. But don't splurge, but do allow yourself to splurge sometimes too, and treat yourself once in a while. We are our worst freaking critic. So take a moment today and jot down 3 things that you're super grateful for and that you appreciate in your life. Maybe that's your spouse. Maybe that's, like, I can talk about, like, the roof over my head, or the clothes on your back, or the accessories that you have. It can be anything. The clean water that we have. Appreciate every single thing in your life. And the more you can show up with gratitude and appreciation, the more love that's oozing off of you, right? And people feel that, and the more love you're going to get back in return. When we come from a place of love and appreciation and gratitude, and not a place of, how do I want to describe this? Like, just longing for more and more, and we don't have enough, and we're not enough, then we are going to come from a place of scarcity instead of coming from a place of love. And when we're operating from a place of love with open heart, things happen differently. Things hit differently. Things feel different. And you're going to notice the interactions with other people. They feel that coming off of you. It's like oozing off of you. Versus somebody with an attitude, right? Who's just like, and why is it always me? Life's not fair, right? How many times have you been around people like that? So if each one of us can start every single day from a place of gratitude and love and not scarcity, even if we don't have a lot, let's appreciate the small things we have. Maybe it's a couple shirts that you have, or just a couple things in your life that you have currently. Let's appreciate that. And you know what? To live a grateful life, we don't need a lot. We truly don't. We need a roof over our head, food, clean clothes, right? Clean panties, and we truly just enjoy the people around us. So I hope you found this episode helpful. My challenge for you is to write down 3 things that you're grateful for in your life, or people in your life, and tell them or tell yourself and thank yourself for your hard work, and let me know how you feel. Like, feel free to send me a message on one of my social media accounts or email me at lifecoach@galparino.com. But if you want to learn more, you want to dive in deeper, or you want to learn how to book a session with me, check out my website, galparino.com. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for continuing to show up for yourself and for leveling up, because you are the most important person in the freaking world, and everyone else around us is a freaking bonus. Our pets, our friends, our significant others, our jobs, everything else, our clothes, our house, everything. So I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Have a freaking amazing day, and I will catch you in the next episode. Take care.